Hi parents, this is Miss Douthit. I did want to include an audio component to our weekly emails. That way, if you're the type of person who would rather just click on the link and listen to the email, you have the option to. Or, of course, you're able to sit down and read our emails. But I just wanted to include an audio component just in case you would rather listen to them in the background as you're getting other things done. So I will be reading through our weekly email for the week of August 25th. We're going to start with iReady. So now that students have completed their diagnostics, we will begin our weekly iReady lesson requirements. In fourth grade, we do not require students to get 45 minutes every week. We only look at the past lessons each week. That might have been something that's different from third grade. Third grade does typically make students get 45 minutes. We do not care about the minutes, not necessarily care about the minutes in fourth grade. We only care about the past lessons. So students need to pass 2 lessons each week for both iReady Reading and iReady Math. Your child is able to check their own completed lessons, and if they need assistance with where to look, we can always help them. Students are able to track that themselves, and if they don't know how to track that, we are more than happy to show them where they look for it. We will tell students to double check that they have 2 green check marks by Friday of each week in each subject. Students are given Monday and Tuesday mornings between 7:10 and 7:50 to work on iReady. On Mondays, we do iReady reading time, and on Tuesdays, we do iReady math time. That's in the morning before school starts. Students have that chunk of time if they would like to grab a laptop and get started on those lessons or complete those lessons. They are given class time in math and reading to work on iReady during our independent time, and they can also be completed at home. If 2 lessons are not passed by the end of the week, students will receive a mark on their ledger to track that it is not being completed. In reading, we are moving out of the essential question of how do individuals respond to natural disasters, and moving into the essential question, how do your actions affect others? We have a new set of vocabulary words that students will be studying this week and next. They are accountable, advice, desperately, hesitated, uncomfortably, humiliated, self-esteem, and inspiration. Students will be focusing on summarizing the plot of a story, identifying the conflict and resolution, and using context clues to help determine the meaning of an idiom within a story. So this week we will start to begin our figurative language, where we will practice our idioms, identifying them, and also trying to figure out what they mean. Some new terminology for fourth grade could be conflict and resolution for students. In third grade and second grade and first grade, conflict and resolution was always called problem and solution, and it flips in fourth grade and it now gets called conflict and resolution. Same exact thing, it's still problem and solution, we're just upping the vocabulary for it, and I need to prep students for that for the FAST test, because on the FAST test they will see it as conflict and resolution. Students will also be summarizing the plot of a story. Plot may also be a new word for them. Plot's very simple as well. It's just a new term, but plot just means the story itself. So the plot is the story. That is the beginning, middle, and end. It is the conflict, it is the resolution. It's all of that stuff. So those are the things we're gonna be working on this week. Students have 3 required independent assignments to be completed by this Friday in reading class. 2 past iReady reading lessons, their vocabulary trifold, and their 3 new quill lessons. If these are not completed or turned in by the end of the day on Friday, then they will receive a mark on their ledger. I have mentioned to students that iReady and quill lessons can be completed at home, but they will have plenty of class time to work on these assignments as well. I do not want students thinking that those are homework assignments when they have so much time to complete them in class and even before school starts in the morning. So even though those can be completed at home, please do not think that those are like mandatory homework assignments. I just know that some students would prefer to get stuff done at home or get parent help on things at home, and then they don't have to worry about it in class. So it is an option to do it at home, but please do not think that it is mandatory to do it at home. In math, this week in math, we are going to begin our discussion on place value concepts. Students will need to be able to read and write multi-digit whole numbers through 1 million. Students will represent these numbers in different ways. So for example, Students need to understand that the number 18,432 can be made with 1 10,000, 8,000s, 400s, 3 10s, and 2 1s, or many other ways. One other way would be with 1 10,000, 1400s, 3 10s, and 2 1s. These two representations have the same value and both show the number 18,432. They will also need to represent numbers in standard, word, and expanded form. Finally, students need to understand the relationship between the digits within a multi-digit whole number. So a digit is 10 times the value of the digit to its right, or the digit is 1/10 the value of the digit to its left. Our number system is all based on 10. Attached, you will find a sheet with more information about these concepts, along with activities that you can do at home if you would like more practice with these skills. So see the attachment to the email if you would like more information on math from Ms. Urquhart. For science, today in science, we began Unit 1, the nature of science. Students will use their observations to make inferences. They will practice explaining their ideas using evidence. Students will collect data based on their predictions, and they will also compare the data they gather. Students will take a vocabulary test on Canvas and a mini assessment in class on Friday. The vocabulary words are infer, observe, data, volume, measure, evidence, explain, claim, compare, and predict, prediction, reason, and feedback. Students can also practice current science standards on Legends of Learning. Our first Kona Ice Day will be this week on Friday the 29th. We only allow students who prepaid, brought cash, or have the pass to get Kona Ice. We do not allow students to get a free Kona Ice cup. An email from the school went out containing the code to prepay or buy the season pass. Please call the office if you did not receive that code and would like it. Every student should have a pair of headphones that they keep in their backpack to rotate between the classrooms. Students need to have their headphones to have full access to majority of the websites that we use. This is a necessary school supply. This does keep everything in the best order for us. It maintains a lot of order for us in our classroom. It keeps a lot of the noise level down. And for a website like iReady, for iReady Reading and for iReady Math, students need to hear the instruction that is happening on those websites. So we really do require students to have some sort of headphones. They can be the big ones that go over their ears. It can be the earbuds, anything that is able to plug into the laptop. And they do need to live in the backpacks. So students should have like a case that they keep their headphones in, or a pocket that they keep their headphones in, somewhere just to keep those headphones safe so they can travel between the classrooms. And then lastly, this Thursday, the 28th, students will be taking Reading PM1. So PM just stands for Progress Monitoring, and this is the first one. Friday, the 29th, students will be taking the Math PM1. This will be a challenging test for students because it will test them on 4th grade level benchmarks. We will take this test 2 more times, once around winter break and then at the end of the year, to track students' progress on the 4th grade level benchmarks. This test is scored out of 5 levels, a level 5 being fully proficient on all benchmarks. On this first test, we will see the majority of students fall between the level 1 to a level 2. This is expected since students have not had time in 4th grade to learn and master the benchmarks. We will be tracking students' growth on this state test with PM2 and PM3 for both reading and math throughout the year. Thank you for all that you do to support your children at home. I hope that this audio is helpful for some of you. And of course, if you ever have any questions or concerns or comments, please reach out to any one of us. We would be more than happy to get back to you. Thank you.